Welcome back. So the city of Johannesburg has been saying that those affected by the blaze, the survivors, will be helped with various support mechanisms, including housing. Our reporter Mbalenhle Mthethwa is at one of the homeless shelters in Johannesburg, where families affected by the blaze are being housed. And Mbalenhle, I understand that the Johannesburg mayor is there right now. What's happening?
Yes, certainly. The Johannesburg mayor was on a walkabout here at Hoffman Community Centre, where many of the displaced victims who were displaced after that fire that claimed the lives of 76 people are being homed or housed here. We understand that a small number of people came in last night, but many of them chose to brave the cold last night for fear of being deported, and they then came back this morning after there were some reassurances that that would not happen, and that this is a crisis, is a tragedy, and that the government only intends to house them and provide them with a shelter over the roofs, or a roof over their heads following that incident. We understand that while they've been here, we've seen a number of humanitarian efforts from various groups coming in here to deliver clothes and food and so on. So these are all this is all that has been happening so far since we got here. We got here just after 4, really, and we have witnessed all of these things happening here and taking place here. I'm joined by one of the nurses who's been assisting some of the burn victims here. She's just going to be brief before we talk to the mayor, which is the most important interview for today. But thank you so much, Sister Jenny, for taking the time to speak to us. I understand that there are a lot of patients here who need medical attention and that the medical supplies are running low.
Yes, can I hold this? I'm Sister Jenny from Sister Jenny Burn Foundation. We've been assisting the victims doing wound care. As you know, I invented a cream that heals burns and wounds. And so we came yesterday, we were in the street and we did dressings for everyone. We came today, there were more burn victims who hadn't told us about their wounds. And so we started dressing, but we've run out of dressing material. We need gauze, bandages, plaster. And as I'm a nursing sister, people have come to me with their needs. And there's no blood pressure medication, ARVs, and somebody had an epileptic fit. We actually need a doctor on the premises. And people have come to me like a few times saying, has our medication arrived? And I really hope somebody, even if it's Dischem or someone, will come with some donations of antibiotics, medicines. People have headaches. We've given them creams for their joints and muscles, Sister Jenny joint and muscle cream, but I can't do everything. We need assistance. We need some medical doctors.
Thank you so much. There you have it, Sister Jenny from the Burn Foundation, just talking about the medical needs here at the facility and the fact that they are appealing really to pharmaceutical companies in South Africa to assist people here with medical supplies. I'm now going to speak to the mayor over here. Thank you so much, Mr. Mayor, for taking the time to speak to us. We really do appreciate this. Talk to us about what you've seen in the walkabout. We saw you going from one room to the other. What have you seen so far?
So the important part of my oversight is to make a determination on the facility, the manner in which we are accommodating the victims of this tragedy, and to also get a sense of the number of challenges that our staff that has been deployed here are faced with. That is our responsibilities as the administration, or rather the executive, to render as much support as possible. It cannot be easy with the limited resources and human resources in particular at our disposal to be catering for a sum of 140 people at the same time. But we endeavor to ensure that the dignity is upheld, and we ensure that we provide the necessary trauma support that they require, but most importantly, the nutrition that is required. I was listening to the sister talking about...
Certainly, yes, the requirements for medicines. are you able to assist or get the MEC for health, the MMC rather for health, to come and assist with those medical supplies?
I will, after this conversation or interview, Vale, with yourself, I will engage the MMC first and then also engage the MEC of health to try and get the support that we require, because some of the medication required for chronic illnesses that may be prevalent in some of the victims that are here, we may not have access to as clinics in particular. So we need to make sure that we really support from other spheres of government. Yes, thank you.
Certainly. Now, we understand that there was a larger group that came in which sparked concerns about capacity. You have mentioned that it's 140 people that are here, and how many people can this facility accommodate?
So, I think the city of Johannesburg collectively is providing a solution for a maximum of 200 people. The facility at this point can be able to manage the capacity that we are faced with. The only difficulty that we have is the human resource that is deployed, because as you would know, it was an emergency, and as an emergency, anyone that is on duty is supposed to respond immediately. But we will be able to deal with the influx, and we will be able to redirect some of the people that will be walking into other facilities. There's an additional facility. It will be brought to my attention in a meeting that I will go to for a briefing, because before I can be briefed, I need to first go to the ground and make sure that the information that I get correlates with what I have seen, so that we can make informed decisions. Yes.
Certainly. And do we know what's going to happen to the building that was burnt? We understand that, engineers are still just trying to ascertain the structural integrity of the building. Have they been able to come back to you? And when can South Africans or residents really expect an update regarding that?
Yes, as you would know, that it is a crime scene. So it's really a conversation or communication between the provincial and the local government. So as soon as they are able to give us that information, because we require access, and before it trickles down to the municipality, they need to verify each and every area. But I will release a statement first thing in the morning that will give some of the technical details of what had been underway today in terms of the fact-finding investigation, as well as the state of the facilities that we've redirected the victims to.
Okay, this sounds like it's going to be a very busy Friday night for you. No sleep for you, because you're dealing with a crisis. This is an emergency.
There's never rest in the city of Johannesburg. We are tested to the ultimate. However, we remain resolute on the fact that we will deploy and deliver the services to the best of our abilities. We know that we cannot prevent tragedies from happening when they do occur. How we respond to them, it is critical, and it demonstrates the fact that our officials are capable, and we are very much grateful. And also to the civil society that have brought in the assistance, the likes of Doctors Without Borders coming in to check the patients here. Gift of the Givers that donated some of the mattresses and blankets, Marriott Hotel. There's a list of them. South Africans have really come and support this particular tragic occurrence.
And I see you're not alone. You brought the MMC for Economic Development, and I imagine this must have taken some funds being redirected from elsewhere in order to make this happen. Or was there a need to do that in order to house the number of people that we're seeing, or the influx in the different shelters around the city of Johannesburg?
So the MMC, much like other MMCs, have been deployed to various aspects of this particular disaster, so that we are all hands on deck. The MMC is not here uniquely for the purpose of finances, because that will be the MMC of finances responsibility. She's here. she's basically here on the basis of a deployment that I had issued to MMCs, because we need to be on the ground. They have executive authority. They don't have to wait for me to get to the scene for things to happen. As long as I have proper, consistent oversight that is taking place, I am very much happy with my MMCs.
Okay, thank you so much for speaking to us. MMC, any words from you? Just to pass a message of condolences?
Absolutely. Firstly, as the city of Johannesburg, we are pretty much saddened about the tragedy that happened yesterday at Delvas. We want to send our message of condolences to all the families that lost their loved ones. We want to say that we are with them in this painful times. They should know that we love them and we are going to give them the support that they need. Thank you.
Thank you. There you have it. That is the MNC for Economic Development and not Finance, as well as the Johannesburg Mayor Kabelo Kwamanda. And we also earlier spoke to Sister Jenny, who is assisting those who are here. It's back to you in studio.